we haven't gone to a jurisdiction hearing yet, how do we have substantiated physical child abuse when we're not even that far into our case yet? And how are they able to file this with the Department of Justice?
Let's take another call right now. Charlotte from California. Charlotte, did you have a story to tell or a question to ask?
I had a question and a story to tell.
Okay, can you give us the short version?
Yes. So I'm in Yolo County in California. I've had multiple CPS cases over the years from falsified allegations. We actually beat a case in 2019, my children's father and we got the case dropped. CPS came at our house about 2 to 3 weeks ago with my son having the same allegation that he's been giving the last 3 months or so. And so the same emergency worker came out, interviewed my children at school, came to interview me. He tried to interview me for over 3 hours while my children were home. And 2 days later came back and removed the children from falsified allegations. So we went to our disposition hearing about 2 weeks ago. We have jurisdiction.
You went to your detention hearing.
Or detention, yes. So we went through detention 2 weeks ago, and then now we're going to jurisdiction in the first week of April. I was the one that was commenting back and forth. So we received a letter for the child abuse index that we've been listed that are physical allegations that there is no proof of. There weren't any pictures, and there wasn't the initial call into CPS was on Dad and not on me, but there wasn't even any marks the day the social worker came out here. He didn't take any pictures.
Okay, so what's your question?
My question is for this ongoing, how do we, we haven't gone to a jurisdiction hearing yet, how do we have substantiated physical child abuse when we're not even that far into our case yet? And how are they able to file this with the Department of Justice?
Well, the reason why they filed it is because some emergency response worker found it to be true. Now, what you have to do is you have to request a hearing. But what they're going to tell you is that you don't get a hearing because you're going to have a trial. If you win the trial, you should contact them and it should be removed from your DOJ, listing. If you lose the trial, that will be your quote-unquote appeal hearing, and you'll remain listed on the DOJ list.
Okay. When I talked to my court-appointed attorney about it, she told me to not read into penal codes and that I should not worry about this. So they sent this back with the grievance. I'm going to file what you had talked about earlier about getting her removed off of my case. We're going forward with looking for a private attorney because she told me don't look up any penal codes because I don't know anything since I didn't pass the California bar.
Did you go to law school?
Huh? I'm sorry?
Did you go to law school?
No.
Oh, she said you just didn't pass the bar because you're just a civilian. That's what you're talking
about? Yes. So
okay.
She told me, when I asked her about it yesterday, she told me don't Google penal codes because I don't understand the law since I'm not a court-appointed attorney. At that point, I don't think she's competent enough to take my case because if she feels that way about me, I don't think that she's going to do me and my children well since they're in foster care and they're 2 hours away right now. So
okay, I'm going to tell you some things that you need to talk with your attorney about immediately. Number one, getting your children placed with a relative or friend, who lives anywhere in the world. I don't want you
Mhm.
calling anybody just who could take care of them and make a list of 25 people and give that to your attorney to give to the social worker. You got to get those children out of foster care. The leverage in the case is having the children either placed with you or placed with a friendly relative or friend of the family. Number two, until you hire an attorney, you have to work with her. And I know your
Mhm.
case is coming up. You said you're coming up with for the they call it the juris dispo, the jurisdiction and
Mhm.
disposition hearing. It's coming up quick, so you don't have a lot of time to, find a lawyer, because any lawyer you find is going to have to do some preparation and investigation before they can do that case, right? And if
Okay.
you and this is what people think all the time. It's like criminal court, and what happens is you show up that you hire someone the day before trial, and he just prances into criminal court and says, "Hey, judge, I need a continuance." And generally, judges say, "Okay, not a problem," right?
Mhm.
But they don't do that in juvenile court. As a matter of fact, the law says that continuances are disfavored and not given unless really good cause. Hiring a new lawyer before the trial date, the juris dispo hearing, is not, I repeat, is not good cause with most judges in California.
Okay.
Okay, so I've done cases up and down the state. That's not always. Now, sometimes, I get in front of a judge or go to a certain county and they hire a new lawyer. The people hire a new, and it's like almost automatic. You can get that continuance. But I've had cases up in YOLO, and I don't think they're going to. They might. It depends on who the judge is. They might give you continuance, but don't count on it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, we were going to set it for a contested hearing. Again, what we did last time to prove that there wasn't enough evidence in 2019 to remove our children. Then we seem to think that the pattern with YOLO is they're very quick to remove the children. We've had it happen so many times to where there's nothing going on. And
Right.
same thing here. We have the falsified allegations. But we did give a family member who lived about 40 minutes away because the county refused to look at any previous foster families that we've had in the past or family members. And
Or
so we did give
friends,
them.
Charlotte, or friends.
Okay.
Okay, they're called nephrons.
Yep.
Hey, Charlotte, I got to take a break right now.